Today, I want to talk to you about the three main ways for you to generate revenue for your business. Now, look, I have a saying, business is simple, however, people are complicated and they usually make business more complicated. So, if you are struggling with cash flow or with generating more revenue for your business, it usually comes down to improving one or more of the following three areas. And before I get into it, just for a little bit more context, my name is Dragos. I'm the founder of thevaluedriver.com and Simeon Enterprises, where we help business owners, probably just like you, generate more revenue by installing predictable revenue systems. So I'm gonna keep this short, okay? There are three main ways. The first way is to get more customers. Now, this could be direct. You could either go ahead and simply do cold calling. And it depends. Now, it depends at what stage of the business you are at. Perhaps if you are a solopreneur or somebody who has a one-man business, perhaps you have an agency, perhaps you have, you a freelancing business and you want to get more leads. Usually that's the stage of business where people struggle the most with getting leads, because once you have happy customers, you get referrals, and then you get repeat business, and so it becomes a bit easier. You have some cash flow from existing customers, but especially in the beginning it is difficult. And so the single most effective way is for you to simply go on Instagram or LinkedIn or other social media platforms and DM more people. Or you pick up the phone and you go on Google and you search for your target market. For example, you're working with home service businesses, you have an agency, and you're just gonna go pick up their phone, call them, and try to get more business that way. Those are some of the cheapest ways. The other one is to leverage platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, things like that, depending on the service you offer. But especially Upwork is a very powerful tool for you to get more leads. Although it's not free, it's relatively cheap. You get presented with people who have a problem, who are directly looking for help. So those are the cheapest ways. Then you can run paid ads. Now, if you have a budget, I recommend you run paid ads. It's not that difficult to run paid ads, first of all, and it works even with a small budget. Why? Because Google is very smart recently in Google AI and the smart bidding system. Even if you have a small budget, it will be able to get you some leads. And the key with that is to optimize based on return on ad spend or on cost per acquisition. Those are the most important key metrics when you are running paid ads. So make sure you at least break even and do not waste all your money on paid ads. If you have any clients, or if you've had any clients at all, you can go to the second way of generating more customers, which is go and message some of your past clients and ask for referrals. It doesn't matter if you worked with them 3 months ago or 6 months ago, just go to them and say that you are looking for more clients, and if they have anyone they know that they can refer to you, you would be very grateful. And I'll tell you a little story. I was working my marketing agency job back, almost 4 years ago, and 3 years ago, and I left that job. And so when I left that job, about 6 months later, Andrew, the CEO of the agency, came to me and he said, look, I have somebody that needs a copywriter, a direct response copywriter. It's a law firm, and I thought about you because you did a lot of great work for us. There's 2 lessons in that. Lesson number 1, do good work and generate value and generate results, because if you do that, you will get referrals even if you don't ask for them. And number 2, say he did not reach out to me and we didn't have the initiative to reach out to me so he can refer to me to this law firm who needs a direct response copywriter, probably for paid ads, I would assume. I ended up not taking the job for various reasons. However, if he wouldn't have taken the initiative about reaching out to me and referring me, I would have never known about this potential client that I could have gotten. Trust me, you don't know when luck strikes. Every single client, somebody you've worked with, go ahead and message them and ask for referrals. It is extremely simple, it costs you almost nothing, and it is probably the best way to just get extra revenue and cash flow into your business for free. Now, the third way is to increase how much customers pay you every time they buy, and to increase customer lifetime value, so the LTV of your customers, of your clients, okay? You do this through add-ons, you do this through upsells, and you even do this through downsells. Say you have a $1,000 offer. If you are on a sales call with a prospect and they don't want to buy the $1,000 offer, you could have a downsell for $500. Look, you're getting less, you're not getting the main offer, you're getting less, but it's also half the price. And so that way you can still get on some clients that would have otherwise left and probably never come back, right? So, and for the people who buy the $1,000 offer, whatever the offer might be, you can have an add-on, maybe an extra service, maybe you have a gift, maybe you have a bonus, something that they can also buy at a limited time discount, or perhaps you have some limited offer that they can take advantage of that's now half the price, which is an add-on, right? A quick short upsell. And then you have all sorts of cross sells, and you can have partnerships with other businesses, and you can refer a client to another business, and then you get a percentage of the revenue or commission because you refer the client, and so on. There's a lot of ways to do this. However, most people do not take full advantage of that, or they are afraid that they're going to lose out if they have a downsell, for example. But they don't realize that if you have a downsell, you don't have to offer everything you already give in the one, same previous example, in the $1,000 offer. You just do half the work, but it's half the money. From there, you might upgrade them later on once they trust you to the main offer, right? And then you can also do the add-ons and the upsell. And then that's how you retain customers. That's how you close and increase your conversion rate and increase your close rate, right? If you sell like on sales calls and things like that. So in conclusion, there are 3 ways for you to get more revenue. 1 is more customer acquisition. 2 is to increase the frequency, how often people buy. And 3, and probably the most underutilized method, is to have things like downsells, upsells, add-ons, so that people spend more money every single time they buy from you. Right, I hope you found this valuable, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.